Oh, what's going on? What's going on? One quick video, one more video for the day today. Man, all right. So word came out. At first, it was a report that Teofimo Lopez team had agreed to the price that was put out there by Bob, per Bob Arum, and that the fight was good to go. That he quote realized that there is no extra money, and the money that's on the table is the money that's on the table. But then now we're getting confusing reports because Teofimo's team, manager or lawyer, or whatever, has come out and said that when it comes to the funds, that the fight's not necessarily done, and that he said that Top Rank has made no kind of real effort to actually make this fight. That he hasn't, heard from Top Rank for a while, and he also explained that when it came to the finances, they didn't give him any kind of financial number of what this, would be when it pertains to this fight until it was like the 28th of July, basically like last week. That was the first time they gave him a number, and he said he's been asking about the number when it pertains to the purse for weeks, months upon months, and they just gave it to him, which is like the weirdest thing to me, because usually the number one thing that you take care of first is the financials, because that's the biggest part. Everything else kind of just falls into place. But the biggest thing you do is the financials. There's no point in even going into everything else until you've agreed upon what the finances are going to be when it pertains to a particular fight. That's what he's saying. So, but that, he doesn't, that they don't want 50-50. They don't believe they should get 50-50, but it should be something a whole lot more than them only getting 1/3 of what the pot is that's available for the fight. And this is my thing with this situation. Let's just, I'm going to be real with this situation. When you sign with Top Rank, a company like that, you have to understand what comes with that. And that goes from everybody. That goes for Terence Crawford with him re-signing with Top Rank. That goes for Shakur Stevenson, because he's complained before that they don't promote him right. They don't push him the way he should be pushed. That's what comes with the package when you're a particular people and you sign with Top Rank. And when it comes to someone like even like a Teofimo Lopez, even if you quote believe you're getting gypped, getting the short end of the stick, that's part of signing with Top Rank. What Top Rank is good at is giving you a huge sign-on bonus. When you first sign up with them, they give you that huge upfront money that's beautiful, that's enticing. They tried the same thing with Earl Spence. They tried the same thing with Adrian Broner. Earl Spence, they gave him that fat check, and that's the biggest check he ever saw in his life when Top Rank offered it to him. Fortunately, he had his father there, to let him understand the bigger picture. He was like, yeah, that's big now, but you got to think long term. Where's going to be the best place for you long term? Even though these other people over here, Al Heyman, isn't trying to give you that psychotically huge upfront check. I'm saying? Long term, you're going to be better off dealing with these people. He ended up signing with Al Heyman. PBC ended up being created or whatever. And the rest is history. You know what I mean? The rest is history. Terence Crawford decided to re-sign with Top Rank, get his $3.2 million, which seemed really nice until Earl Spence started doing pay-per-views, 350,000 buy pay-per-views, which huge gates, making substantially more than that per fight. You know what I mean? So, but whatever decisions that you make, you have to take the good and you got to take the bad that comes with it. So when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, this is the best you're going to get from him. In this situation, you got the short end of the stick. In this situation, you're Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. In this situation, you're Nicholas Walters versus Lomachenko. This is what it is. Okay? We saw the situations that Manny Pacquiao went through. We saw the stuff that Oscar De La Hoya went through. We saw the stuff that Floyd Mayweather went through. We saw the stuff that Miguel Cotto went through. We saw the stuff that Mikey Garcia went to. We saw the stuff that Chavez Jr. went through. I'm tired of naming people. But they were all happy when they were signing for that upfront check. They were all happy when they signed for that upfront check, but then got upset with everything else that came with it. So The reality, even at Terence Crawford, he was happy when he renewed that contract, though. He was happy, right? Everybody is always happy when they're signing on that dotted line and getting an upfront check. But if you're gonna do that, then when everything starts to roll, you gotta be willing to deal with that. So when this situation came up with Teofimo Lopez, if you know the history of Top Rank, you know Bob Arum, you know how he works, especially when somebody's his favorite, you know how things are gonna be. You know how things are gonna be. Okay? You know how things are gonna be. He has everything put into Lomachenko. From the promotion to the push, everything he tries to do, he tries to put Lomachenko in the absolute best position that he can put him in. That's what his focus always is. Okay? And you have to understand that. So you have to clearly understand the space that you're in right now. This is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. You have to understand that. And he's just going to have to, you got a choice. It's either going to say, nah, F that. I'm going to bet on myself in this particular way and maybe even riding out my contract and letting it end and going somewhere else, which will mean you staying out for 2 years like Mikey did. Ruiz stayed out for a long time. Jesse Vargas had to sit out a long time as well before he got out that Top Rank deal. You got a choice. You can do that because the reality is he's probably not going to give you. I was saying he had options. He had the Taylor. He had the Ramirez. But the reality is he probably is not going to give you all those. He might shelf you. He might shelf you like he's done other fighters before. That's an option that he might use. So you have to make decisions. It's either go those routes. You could end up coming, you young. So if you take that route, you could end up still coming up on top. You know what I'm saying? Like Mikey did. Mikey tried to, they tried to railroad Mikey into a Gamboa fight saying you have to sign an extension in order to get this fight. And Mikey's like, hell no, I'm not signing no damn extension. This is going to be my last fight underneath y'all, and then we can renegotiate. And then Bob Arum said, hell no. So Mikey stood, 10 toes down and sat out for 2 years. And got out of the contract a free man. So you got to pick which way you want to go. Unless you have some kind of buyout clause and you can get somebody to, put up the money, Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be good. Unless you have something like that, that's a possibility. But if not, you got to make the decision. Are you going to take this route where you're going to be out for 2 years? Or are you going to say, F it, am I just going to take this fight, take this bread, and try to get this victory? Put all the chips in the middle of the table, and make sure I come out the winner. You got to make that decision. Got to make that decision. Floyd Mayweather chose to put the chips out in front of the table. They actually offered Floyd some good ass money. They offered him a long-term deal, it was like $10 million a fight, to fight the likes of. They had Miguel Cotto there. They had Margarito there. They had Ricky Hatton. All these as options. He said, nah, I want $20 million. I'm worth $20 million. So I want 20. And they said no, they wouldn't give him that contract. Bought himself out what was left over with the $700,000. And the rest is history. That $20 million would have been a bargain for Top Rank. Decision time. You know what I mean? So decision time. Those are the only two options. It's either bet on yourself in this way, saying now I'm going to sit out. I believe this is what I'm worth. And if I'm not going to get my worth, I'm going to stand 10 toes down. Or you can say, F it. I'm going to take the 1.2. I'm going to flatline this dude. I'm going to end this dude when it comes to whatever the hell they think he is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to move on from there. Those are the options. What he picks, we'll see. But no crying, no bitching. Because everybody from this point, the last couple of years, you signed to Top Rank, you know what comes with that. When a Jogba's not being promoted, he's not being pushed, and he gets grimy stuff happen to him, because it will happen, he's going to have to shut the F up too and just deal with it. Because that comes with the package. Because I'm sure he liked that upfront check. But it is what it is. For now, I'm out. Like, subscribe, share.